Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I would like to continue with the picture I was doing out of 50 Autumn Mandalas by Kameliya Angelkova. This is for the color along that I am co-hosting with Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven. I will link her channel down below in the description. If you haven't already, go over and check out her YouTube channel. She has an awesome channel. She does coloring chats. She does live streams. Just an awesome channel and an awesome lady. And I highly recommend going over and checking her out. So I was coloring this picture, and I did go ahead and just colored the mushrooms and the acorns off camera so that I could come back and finish the picture on camera. I had kind of mixed answers last time in the first part of this coloring chat where I asked you if you'd like to see the whole thing on camera or not. Some said yes, I want to see the whole thing. Some said no, because I'll see the finished picture at the end of the month anyhow. So I thought I would take the best of both worlds, color a few things off camera so that I have, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour left on the picture. It's kind of hard to estimate that, so I really don't know how long this video is going to be, but we shall see. So I thought, this is being colored with Sharpies. I colored all of this so far with the ultrafine tip, but I think for the leaves that would take quite a while. So I am going to get out the regular fine tips, and then we'll probably use ultrafine for this circle and for these letters. I'm not going to be coloring in the background. I kind of want that white so that everything else kind of stands out. So let's color these oak leaves first and get out my handy dandy color chart. Okay, we want them a fall color, but I don't want to do them too dark or you're gonna miss out on some of the detail, the veins in the leaves. So I think I'm gonna go with, I always say Orion. Is it Orion orange or Orion orange? I always thought it was Orion orange. So that's what I call it. All right, so let's go in my regular fine tip and let's find Orion orange. That's peach. That's not the one I want. Here we go. So how is everybody doing this fine day? Let me zoom in a little. All right. This is Sunday when I am recording this because, yeah, I only have the weekends to record now. So I do apologize for the lack of color in chats, but until I get my one day off from babysitting again, I guess this is kind of the schedule I am going to have to do. It's kind of hard for me to do a video in the morning or at night. I'm kind of burnt out at night after watching let's see, how old is he now? Let's see, August, September, October. He's 13 weeks now already. Oh my gosh. How can he be that old? Wow. And then Maddie's 3, so yeah. Kind of have my hands full a little bit. Gets to kind of be some long days. You know, as I said in the past, we just, you know, when we get older, we just don't have the stamina anymore. It's the reason we're not supposed to have kids when we're older, right? Although some do. Some do. I don't know how they do it, but some do, especially if they're working yet. And oh my, I know I did it when I was younger, and I had 4 kids. I don't know how I got all them out the door every morning and then myself to work. Oh, sometimes I think women are super women. And some dads. Not all. Not all just moms. You know, it's especially helpful if the dads are home yet to help out with the kids in the morning. At least help get some of the older ones dressed and maybe drop the ones off at daycare. And then the other one's off to school. It's always a challenge. And of course, you know, they always say at the last minute as you're walking out the door, "Oh, Mom, I need lunch ticket. I need..." "Oh, Mom, we have swimming today. I need my swimsuit and a towel." Grr. Why didn't you say that last night so we could have gotten it out? Of course not. "Oh, Mom, there's parent-teacher conferences tomorrow." Oh, what? Right? Or in the morning, "I need this permission slip signed." Yeah, they don't think about those things, you know. They don't have to think about the adult world, which is good on one hand. You don't want to have them have to deal with adult issues. But on the other hand, you gotta help to make life a little easier. All you moms out there are probably raising your hand. Yes, we know what you're talking about. Because this is a little bit thirsty of a paper, and I am coloring with just the fine tip and not the ultra fine. I'm trying to stay away from the lines a little bit so it doesn't bleed outside the lines. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But that's okay. I have a picture picked out for my next color and chat, and it's going to be out of Kameliya's, let's see, which book was it? It's either Spirals or Swirls. Let me see. The Spiral book. So I have a picture picked out of there already. So yeah, that will most likely first be next weekend. And I am actually going to color with my glitter gel pens on camera. I don't do that too often because they are, you know, a slower coloring medium. Just a minute. I got disconnected from my... Okay, what's going on? What's going on? There we go. I'm back. My iPad, for some reason, got disconnected, but I have found in the past, by mistake, that even though it looks like I'm not recording because my iPad went off, I am still recording. Usually it's because I go to low power if my iPhone's running low on power, but I just charged up my phone a little bit from doing some previous videos before this, so I knew it wasn't that low. I just started this color and chat and I had like 70% power, so I don't know why it disconnected me this time. Just because it wanted to. It wanted to confuse me. Par for the course. So how is everybody's weather by you? Is it as cold as it is here? Although today and yesterday wasn't as bad as it had been during the week. Oh my gosh, during the week it was just frigid. What morning was that? There were places around here that had below 0 wind chills. We were just barely above 0 wind chills. which means the furnace is kicking in an awful lot already. There go the heating bills. Not good, not good. Matter of fact, it had snowed one morning. Was that Wednesday morning? And I had checked it in the morning, the driveway, because my driveway slopes so bad. It's a steep driveway. And so I didn't want it slippery for when Heather came with the kids. So I made sure the driveway wasn't slippery. Then I wasn't paying any attention, and it started snowing, this real fine snow. And typically that real fine snow is very slippery. And yeah, didn't know it had done that, or I would have went out and spread some salt. And then Heather got here, and yeah, she said the road was really slippery down by the end of my driveway. And she kind of slipped right past my driveway and had to back up. And I'm like, oh, really? She said, yeah. And she was holding Levi, and we were talking, and Maddie was over by the dining room window, and she's the one that first noticed and pointed it out to us. I looked out the dining room window when she said something. She said something about Mama look or something like that. Here Heather's car had slipped all the way down the driveway and was out in the middle of the street. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it was slippery. Oh my. So she quick handed me Levi and ran out the door. Had to put her shoes back on because, you know, she didn't want to track in snow and yuck, and, you know. And yeah, got her shoes on quick, zipped out there, and rather than coming back up the driveway, because it probably would have just happened again, she parked down on the road. Oh my heavens. That is not supposed to happen the beginning of November. And oh my heavens, all the accidents. I think a lot of them were out west with the snowy roads. We did have a few accidents, bad accidents around here too. One involved a semi, and I think a few people were killed. It's just, you know, should not be happening this early in the year, or early in winter anyhow. Ugh. But yeah, today and yesterday were actually in the 30s, so it was a heat wave. Break out the shorts. All right. Wow, that didn't take long. We're under 15 minutes. Yay. Okay, what color should we do the maple leaves? Want a fall color yet? Let's look at the color chart. Don't want to do yellow because the mushrooms are yellow. Should we do this paler orange? What other color do we have? Well, we can't have blue leaves. Don't want to do them green. Let's do them this tangerine color. I know my tangerine and my ultrafines is dried out, but I think the tangerine in my fine tips is okay. So, yeah, so I believe I have heard from a lot of others that it's been nasty by them too. Really cold. I think this Arctic blast has hit pretty much everybody. Now I know you guys in the south are probably breathing a sigh of relief. I know it wasn't too long ago you guys were still in the, at least the 80s, right? And humid, and I mean it was like the middle of summer for you guys yet. I told Miss Ann from A Colorful Life, I said, so send some of that up this way. I'll send you some cold air. She says, I'm blowing as hard as I can. I said, well, blow harder. Oh, man. It never did reach here. Well, maybe it did. Maybe that's why we're in the 30s today. And my heavens, this past week, especially this weekend, were there the geese flying south yet? Wow. I think somebody forgot to set their alarm clock. And there was even one huge flock that was flying north. I'm like, boy, you got a bad navigator. Or else they forgot their compass. I'm like, where are you going? I thought, well, they'll figure it out once they hit the Canadian border. Or Alaska. One or the other. We'll have a long, long ways to fly south. It's like, you dumb birds. Oh my God. Too funny. But yeah, today there were a couple more flocks flying over, and I'm like, geez, isn't it cold up there? Wowzers. I mean, the geese that flew south 3-4 weeks ago were much smarter. They must have better alarm clocks. Now we're supposed to get really cold again for a couple days, but then towards the end of the week it's really supposed to warm up again. So that is our typical fickle Mother Nature in fall and spring. She doesn't know what she wants to do. Oh, sorry about that. I had to turn the camera off for a minute. I had such a tickle in my throat, and I didn't want to be hacking my head off in your ear. Now my nose is running. Oh, when I cough like that, my eyes water. And of course, when your eyes water, your nose runs. Oh my gosh. Like I said, every time I get on camera, I get that tickle in my throat. Oh my. It was so funny this past week when I was babysitting the kids. Maddie loves to go on the iPad and go into the Photos app. She loves looking at the pictures. And of course, because all of my stuff is up in the cloud, she can see it, which is fine. I don't have anything in there that she wouldn't be able to see. But she found my coloring videos that I hadn't deleted yet off my phone. And she was just fascinated with them. She sat and watched them for quite a while. Because another thing she likes to do is she likes to pull coloring books out of my bookcase and look at the ones that I colored. And she'd be like, ooh, pretty. So then I'll try to find her a book where I've colored a lot out of. Like that one pattern book that I have completed. Did a video on it not too long ago. It was another completed book that I had done, and so I'll grab that one for her because it takes her a while to get through that book. Oh, pretty, she goes. But yeah, she was sitting there watching me color and talk. She wasn't paying any attention to the talking, so, but she just really liked watching me color. I thought, how cute. And my youngest daughter contacted me a while back, and she says, Mom, I'm following in your footsteps, and I started coloring. I'm like, you did? And she said, yeah. She had gotten, she had asked me what markers she should get, and I said that was when the upgraded Aspire markers just came out. And so I told her, she, wanted to watch that video, and see if that was a set. I said, they're pretty budget friendly. I said, and, told her about the changes they made to them. I said, they're pretty good. And so she ended up buying them. She even used my link. What a nice daughter. Because she knows I'm an Amazon affiliate. Guess what, guys? This is running dry, too. I didn't think I used this pen that much. Maybe it's because I'm using it a lot right now. Just like Copics, if you use it a lot, the tip dries out. It's not out of ink, but the tip will kind of go dry. So if you leave it sit for a while, it would be fine again. See, now it's coloring just fine. Well, that was bizarre. I didn't think it should be out of ink because I don't use my fine tips that much. Not near as much as I use the ultra fines. And that's probably most of us, right? Those ultra fines get used a lot. That's why I was so happy when I found, if you haven't seen it or you're new to my channel, hi, by the way, and welcome. But I recently did a video on some ultrafine markers that I found. And one of them were water-based, which I was disappointed about. But one of the sets was alcohol-based. So I discovered a new set of ultrafine alcohol-based markers, and they are by Shuttle Arts. So if you are one of the many of us who like those ultrafine alcohol markers and are having a hard time finding them, go and check out that video and see if you want them. All right, all we have left now are the letters and then the border. Let's see, I want to do these in various autumn colors. So I think we'll do like a red and a brown and a tan. Well, let's just get some out. So let's do a red. So let's get racy red. Racy red. Okay, let's get out the tan. Let's get out a nice orange. Let's get out leg warmer orange. Okay, and let's do a green in there. So what green do we want? How about galaxy green? And finally, because I want to do the outline in brown. So we have a nice dark outline, but I don't want to do it in black. So we have these 4, and maybe we'll use this color. What other color could we use? Oh, yellow. We could use a yellow. because I'm using this so much. So let's use kind of a darker yellow. I do like this tangerine, but we have that quite a bit around there too. So let's use the yellow banana clip. Some of these names are hilarious. Okay, and then I'm going to use the ultra fine brown so it doesn't go out of the lines. Okay, I think we are set. Hopefully this won't bleed out of the lines too much with using the fine tip for this, because it will just go much faster. And we'll just alternate through these colors. And then just keep going. So we have 5 colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we'll start over with red. That's kind of why I wanted 5 colors. Oop, that bled over. I guess it's not that big of a deal though, because I'm going over it with dark brown. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Mallory was, Mallory, oh gosh, it's because I was just talking about her. Maddie was so funny the other day. I can't remember how the heck the conversation started, but she said, she was saying something, and then it came up something about spelling, and I said something about, you know, you can't really spell that word though. And she goes, I can spell. I go, oh, you can, huh? And she goes, yeah, EI-10. And as much as I didn't want to laugh at her, I could not help it. EI-10, and you know kids, they're just so matter of fact, you know. It was so hilarious. Oh my heavens. What that girl comes out with sometimes. Oh. Like, again, if you have been a subscriber of mine for a while and have seen my past color and chats, when she said she was a turtle, that's got to be one of the funniest memories. That's when she was still in the process of getting potty trained. And she was sitting on the toilet. For those of you who know this story, just stay with me. And she would pull the toilet lid back against her. And she said she was a turtle. Oh, and that was her shell. Oh, that girl is so hilarious. I don't know where she got that from. Heather said the only thing she can figure out, because she had done that once at home too, and when her and Daddy went fishing, there were turtles down there. And so that's the only thing that Heather can figure out, because she has not seen any turtles anywhere else. So I don't know. But it was so funny. That girl. I know I've gotten many comments from you guys that you like my cute Maddie stories. Oh, guess what Levi did the other day? He rolled over. I was giving him some tummy time on his little mat. And I was in the kitchen making supper, so I didn't even get to see it. But Bob all of a sudden said, hey, he rolled over onto his back. And I'm like, I go running in there. I'm like, hey, Dad. And sure enough, there he was, laying on his back, just being a happy camper, looking at his toys up above his head. Oh my gosh. So I texted it to Heather, because of course it's always sad when the mom doesn't get to see when their little one first gets to roll over or first really starts to crawl or walk. Because I remember Maddie first crawled and walked here too. Of course, that's par for the course when you're a working mom. It usually happens at daycare, or if you are lucky enough to have a relative babysitting, it's usually the relative that gets to see it. I know that. I don't remember it for sure, but I'm sure that happened to me too with my kids. And we don't have too much to go, which is a good thing, because I have supper to finish. Got it in the oven. I'm making a pork tenderloin with carrots and potatoes on. So I gotta make gravy yet. But I can smell it, and it's smelling so good. I like to make that every once in a while. Not real often, because, pork tenderloins are pretty expensive, but every once in a while we splurge. And I put on tons of carrots and potatoes, because we love the carrots in there. And I had a bunch of baby red potatoes. Okay, sorry about that. I realized what time it was. It was getting late, and I thought, I better stop this color and chat and go check on supper. So I thought, I better do supper and then finish this color and chat after supper. But yeah, carrots and potatoes are not done. So I turned up the oven a little bit, put it all back in, and thought, well, I'll finish this color and chat and then go check it again. So we're going to have a late supper tonight, which I don't care, but Bob kind of needs his supper on time, so I told him he'll have to snack on something. I don't know, do you think we should do the rim in brown also? I don't know if I'm really liking this brown outline of the letters. Maybe I should have went with something else. So yeah, I'm gonna have to piece together a number of parts to this. I really have no idea how long this video actually is going to end up being. I did record my 3,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm so excited. You guys are awesome. I have all you to thank, like I said in that video. And that giveaway, there will be 2 winners, one from the United States and one from international. So I am so glad I could, include the international people for a change, because it's not something I am sending out. I don't know. What do you think about that brown outline? Yeah, I'm not so sure. Not too sure. But considering I was leaving the background white, I wanted something dark. And that's why I didn't make any of the letters brown. So I could do the brown outline. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be okay, I guess. It's a picture, right? At the end of the day, it's a coloring picture. And I've been watching some videos of people coloring, you know, with their colored pencils and just straight coloring. And you know, I never even thought of straight coloring with my pencils. Makes me want to get my pencils out. It's like, I like to see people when they don't do the fancy stuff. I mean, doing the fancy stuff is awesome to watch, but, and I'm not saying I can't do some of it, because I have blended with pencils quite a bit. When I first started coloring, I just colored with pencils. Pretty much exclusively Prismacolor. That's all I had. And yeah, I could blend together colors pretty good. I just, you know, got into gel pens, and they are still my first love. But watching Miss Anne on A Colorful Life, she really got me into markers. Oh my gosh. And I am now head over heels in love with markers. I still love doing my patterns and designs with my gel pens though. But other type of pictures, like the Jade Summer pictures, especially grayscale, you know, they're just so perfect with markers. You don't really need anything besides straight coloring with markers, especially Jade Summer, because of the way they do their grayscale. They're just so easy. They don't have the blurred out backgrounds, you know, for any of you that have grayscale books, how some of them are kind of hard to do because it's the backgrounds that are hard. But Jade Summers doesn't do that. Jade Summer, I should say. I always want to say Jade Summers, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I went to school with some kids called Summers. Betcha that's it, Tom. And the Packers are on, and I'm missing it. Oh, that's a sin around here. When I went to check on supper, I had to go check on the score. We're ahead, but not by much. I think we're ahead by 3 points. So, not by much. From what I seen before, they're not on top of their game today. I don't know. Like last week, oh my gosh, they played horrible. They should have beat this team, but they didn't. They just, I don't know why. You know, and this is probably all football teams, but boy, you know, sometimes they just look so awesome. The offense and the defense is just on. And then other weeks, it could be the next week, and they're horrible. For any of you that watch football, you know what I'm talking about. Or even from the first half to the second half. So many times, the Packers, if they're horrible in the first half, their second half is better, and vice versa. If they're really good in the first half, sometimes their second half is awful. I don't know why. Okay, what should we do this in? maybe we should do it in this really dark red. It's called rocket fuel red. You think that would work? Let's try it. Let's just try it. And yeah, I'm going to use the ultra fine because the fine will bleed out of the lines too much. Rocket fuel red. There we go. Now I use this very rarely, so it should not be dry. And then we will be done with this picture. So I think this is how I am going to handle my color and chats for the rest of this month anyhow, when I'm still kind of limited on my time, is I will start the color and chat on camera, and then I will color some off camera to the point where I think it's going to take, you know, and again, I'm going to just have to eyeball it and kind of estimate, but to where I think the part 2 of the color and chat will be like 45 minutes to an hour long, so that I'm not spending so much time on one picture, or I'll only get to color 2 pictures for this color along. That wouldn't be good. Not that I'm going to get a lot of them colored the way it is. With only, you know, I probably will still only get 2 done this month. Oh, that's awful. I'll be coloring some off camera, but oh, that's not good. Yeah, we'll probably only get a couple done. Aww. Who all has some of these books? I heard from a number of you when I announced this color along that you're like, oh yay, and that you did have some of these books. Sorry for flipping you around, but got to do that a lot on mandalas, right? So you can color at the right angle, or it would be a hot mess. So yeah, who's coloring along with the Kameliya books? Or if you don't have them, just coloring along while you're listening to me or Kate color out of these. I believe Kate's got a couple of videos up already for the color along. So flip you some more. I had taken Bella out potty while I was paused. And there were some more geese flying overhead. It's like, wow, this is the weekend head south. Wish I was. Pack up my bags and hitch a ride. This would be the ideal time. Well, no, this wouldn't be. How about our deep freeze January? January is typically our coldest month. Not always, but usually. That's the ideal time to take a vacation in the south. Go on a Caribbean cruise, go to Hawaii, somewhere where it's warm. But then it's extra hard coming back. It's like, okay, back to the real world up here in the north. It's time to bundle up, get out the winter coats again. Eek. No more going barefoot. I love going barefoot. I would even take Bella for walks barefoot. This one time I met a gal. She was taking her dog for a walk too, barefoot, and she said something to me about, oh, somebody else that likes to walk barefoot. I go, yep, as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I love it. But I'll have to wait a while before I can do that again. All right, there is our picture. Okay. Let me zoom you back out. Oh boy. There we go. Okay. How do you like it? Let's zoom back in a little. There we go. Now the only thing that really got screwed up is I used the wrong orange on the kitty. That looks awful. Kitty's the same color as the pumpkins. Not good, but oh well, what are you gonna do, right? You can't erase the color. You could go darker if you did the cat too light, but yeah, you can't make it lighter once it's darker. So it is what it is, right? But oh well. So there is our completed picture for the, well, the first picture for the color along. Again, I will leave Kate's link down in the description below for her YouTube channel. And I will again leave the link to this book down in the description too, in case you want to purchase it and color out of it. So I hope you liked listening to me during this color and chat, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody had a terrific weekend and you're looking forward to the work week. Not. And as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.